eu acho, não
Good,
sei. Calma. Vai.
good evening. This is our final presentation of cross-cultural management final delivery. This is the summary of what we are going to present today. So who we are, the assessment of the solution, the process of the solution, and the intervention plan and the evaluation of risks and benefits. And firstly, let's present who we are. So our group is formed by Aitor, who is a salesman, and he's an exchange student from France. Me, work in consulting. Michel also works in consulting, and Eduardo, that nowadays works on corporate banking.
So to present the situation that we are, now we're gonna analyze the macro scenario that the global the global problem with Black people is. So there are some studies that show that most of the children who are low income, who comes from low income households, do not have the same equal opportunities. At the same point, like for investment in fashion market education, you don't guarantee a return in the investment. So a lot of people don't tend to do it if they don't have money. Uh, Besides that, we have like the percentage of Brazilian people that are black is more than half of them, and if you show in the IBGE data, you can see that around 64% of the Brazilian black people are unemployed, and from these 64%, 75% represent the people that come from low income households.
So to complement our analysis, we would like to bring the Arezzo case. Arezzo is a Brazilian shoemaker company, and it's an example for diversity and inclusion in its work environment. And the key diversity initiatives that this company have is two related to selective processes. One of them on its internship program, and another in the Young Apprentice program. The other is the diversity working group, and the last initiative is that Arezzo established and implemented the diversity calendar in its day-to-day basis.
So now we're going to talk about the process of the solution. So firstly, we have the main practices of the market nowadays, and we segmented them in three main groups. So direct impact on recruitment, increase participation on selective processes, and specific preparations. In the first segment, we can see racial quotas and specific recruitment as much important. So racial quotas are the designation of a minimum percentage of the approved new hires, and specific recruitment, in the other hand, is a selective process specific to a certain group of people. In our case, for Black people. The increase of participation in the selective processes are practices that can increase the participation by capturing more interest of those who will participate. So, and to do that, we can see that speeches, experiences, and disclosure on specific social medias are great practices for doing that. And the last one are specific preparations. There are preparations done by the company to ensure that people will be prepared to do the selective process. So in this segment, we have soft skills prep. There are preparatory courses in public speaking or communication to improve and the knowledge transmission. Also, hard skill preps. So from languages to maths to business cases. So everything that is concerned about hard skills and specific company prep. That is a preparation done just for the company that is giving the selective processes. To decide which of the practices we would apply, we made an impact and effort matrix to make sure that not only our result will be the best, but also will be the most effective one. So we put it on the graph here on right, all the practices that we mapped, and we we had a result that 4 of the 8 practices that we found are aligned with Arezzo's interests, and those are racial quotas, specific recruitment, speeches, and experiences. Also, we found out that Arezzo is already doing racial quotas, as Eduardo presented on the second slide. And other than that, other 2 interesting practices to increase the morale inside Arezzo.
After deciding which which were like the 4 practices that we would apply, we made a funnel of this practice uh, to see if they're gonna work for the Arezzo scenario. For first of all, we excluded the quotas because Arezzo already do it, so we don't need to suggest something that they already do. Uh, After that, we checked if all of the other 3 that kept, that was specific recruitment, speeches, and experiences. Uh, all of them would help the branding for Arezzo. So besides helping the internal uh, diversity and harmony between people, they will help how Arezzo is seen outside. Uh, in third, we check the how they gonna improve the cultural exchange and the networking between everybody. And for the last but not least important is how is the easiness of implementation of this practice. So is it gonna be easy, and is gonna be like really generate some actual results for the company? And after that, we checked all of them, and all of them are okay with this. So if we keep doing the specific recruitment, the speeches, and the experiences, they can help not only inside but outside of the Arezzo scenario.
Now, going to the intervention plan, we mainly have 5 goals that with the development of these practices, we should achieve those 5 goals, and with summing all of them, we could achieve harmonic and sustainable growth. So the first one should be equality, with inclusive practices that can level the field. Peer support, so we can empower the sense of internally degree responsibility. We can have also diverse representation, because by having more Black people inside of the firm, we also should expect that those people can go in higher degrees and should reach leadership places. Also, we can establish internal allyship, because with that we can tackle microaggression in a more efficient way. And last but not least, we can have a healthy working environment, increasing the team's performance.
But like not only having these goals is important, but we need to keep the tracking. We need to track it along the time to see if we are achieving it, and how to do it. We use the method of SMART goals. Smart goals are SMART goals is when you create some goals that they are specific, so it's easy to understand, and it's clear do it. You gotta be measurable, so you need to track it by a number. uh, you gotta be achievable, so it had to be possible, it needs to be possible to achieve it. It can be something possible that people not gonna be uh, involved to do it, and realistic, the same as achievable. People gotta see it and gotta think that they're gonna be have the opportunity to do it. And for and the end is the time bound, so you gotta have a a timing specific, so you can see if you reach it in this period or not. And looking for the 5 goals, we created a two specific trackable goals. The first is looking for equality and diversity representation. So we're gonna keep tracking the percentage of Black people in Arezzo, and our goal is to achieve at least 40% of all workers in Arezzo being Black in 1 year. And to reach the healthy work environment, the peer support, and internal allyship, we're gonna track the percentage of people in the percentage of teams with at least one Black person in it. So the goal is like in 9 months to have at least 100% of Arezzo teams with one person in it.
So in the final part of our presentation, we brought up a advantages and disadvantages comparison between our solutions proposed. The first one is a specific recruitment, and for pros, we understand that a better performance from those who participate could be developed, and the success doesn't rely on other initiatives such as the below. And for the cons, the the specific recruitment could distort the comparison basis of the candidates during the selective process. And for the other two solutions, as speeches and experiences, we grouped our pros and cons comparison. The first, beginning with the pros, we expect that a low complexity solutions could be brought by these two solutions. The company culture awareness development and cultural exchange could provide networking opportunities for the candidates. And for the disadvantages, it does not likely create tangible and direct impact on diversity. And to cause appropriate impact, a certain level of knowledge is required to implement these two solutions.
Thank you.